Alright, who stole the crown? What in the world happened here? Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of my subscribe button. This is where most of you would put your crowns if you had kept them at the $50 price point. But most people didn't believe in the card. They said, nah, Forbidden Crown will never go up beyond $50. And oh boy, you come into today's market and Forbidden Crown, the lowest verified, is $89. Why has the crown left the building? Well, a couple things here. One, Branded can actually play this card, which is really, really good. But also, it's a pretty good offensive option against Cool Tomb. And why do you think? Well, when your opponent normal summons a monster, and you lock that Cool Tune on the field underneath Crown, because you ain't synchro with it because you can't, you kind of get some advantage kind of working out of this. Now, typically when you looked at Crown, the only things you really cared about were the effect negation, but it's actually a little bit more beyond that now. It's the fact that we can actually use this card to force lock your opponent out of very, very important pieces in the meta. It's actually the opposite side of this card, you know, that is now coming into an actual topic of conversation. So yes, Forbidden Crown, if you didn't pick these up, and we're going into competitive season now, I am sorry. This is why you consider picking up cards even if they're bad, just because the crown has now been taken. Outside of that, I mean, you're going to see, we're in competitive season now. It has begun. You're going to start to see cards that have any sort of meta relevancy is going to now be spiking up, and people are going to be crying, you know, I should have got this. And there's not much we can do about that. Shade the Obscure. So Shade has gone from being $10 to like $13. Well, what's going on with this? Well, a couple things. Doomsy, Archmage, and I guess we'll call it the Power Patron deck. It's not Elf Notes. It's every other variant that is wanting to take advantage of Shade the Obscure actually being able to, you know, bridge out. There was a case tournament this weekend where Archmage just slammed the competition. It was Board Breaker Archmage. But the cool things that this list was aiming to do was it was also playing Shade the Obscure and some of the Power Patron stuff to be able to, you know, work things out. Great example of what the deck is able to do. Out of the Kongs tournament, same thing. We saw that Power Patron hybrid build that was able just to put in more work and was able to bring out all of the constant big guys and put all that pressure on your opponent. Thank you, Shade the Obscure. This card is already down to a decently short amount of listings, and it might recover back down to $10, but I mean, like, this is the... We're looking at results from Wink 1 here. We're starting to see, oh, hey, you know, if Electromite comes back, Shade the Obscure is going to blow up in price. Like, that alone, and for some reason, you know, even though we've got another 3 to 4 weeks of nationals, maybe 5 weeks of national season here, people are still speculating, you know, Electromite's going to come back. On that theory alone, if you really do think Electromite's going to come back, why would you not want to combine Electromite with Shade the Obscure? It's almost like... that's a crazy broken pendulum combo or something, but, you know, what do I know? So, tensions are starting to rise with Shade the Obscure, just because meta application, it's real, and it's real. I'll say it again for those of you in the back. You're getting to see those results, all right, and that's good. Harmonia. So, Harmonia, there are... double the listings of Harmonia than Shade the Obscure on the market. You've got 56 listings of Harmonia. Now, Harmonias are treading about $100 a piece right now. Several things have happened with this card. I do believe the Mexican national champion just thanked Trip on his master class and said that you don't need Harmonia. I don't have his list, and I can't confirm that he was not playing Harmonia. But things I will tell you about Harmonia. Card has slipped from the $150 down to the $120 down to the $100 mark. We are settling at the $100 mark right now. From what we have seen as the weekend has been going here, Harmonia has been kind of floating around. I don't have enough data to tell you that Harmonia is good or bad. Things I can tell you about Harmonia are, though, Ritual of Light and Darkness deck wants to play this card. I do think that this card will maintain a $80 to $100 price point. I can't imagine that this card is going to slip underneath that price point at the moment. And if it does slip underneath $80, okay, I can pick them up then. You know, it becomes $240 is a lot better than $300. So I guess we all want Harmonia to fail as a metagame card, but I think the reality of the situation is like, if your deck can play Harmonia, like, it just helps you out so much in like all of these other different matchups that you want that, you know, pressure to put on your opponent. So we'll see where this goes. I think right now where we're setting is about average coming off of week 1. I would just kind of continue to monitor, you know, the potential meta application. And then we have Triphyoverutum. Oh boy. So if there's a card that you need to be watching right now, it's Trif. The reason why I say this is because a lot of the decks out of the weekend here were wanting to play this as the additional super poly target. And it's turning into the fact that it's because you're able to use 3 dark monsters on the field. That's why this card is good. Unlike things like the standard super poly targets, where you're able to suck up 2, you know, being able to further punish your opponent after they have set up everything is a little bit problematic. And that's exactly what this card gives you. Also, it does a lot of things. All right. Trip says, hey, you get attack points with everything on with a predator counter. When your opponent would summon a monster from the extra deck while you control this thing, you negate that summon, and you destroy that monster. And then what if your opponent controls a monster with a predator counter? You can special summon this card from graveyard in defense mode. I love the fact that not only do I get a 3 suck up with this, I also get an extra deck control option on this thing. Like, fuck me, man. Like, this card is so good for what it is. But I wanted to mention this today because I think super poly targets obviously being like Mud Dragon, the Garua, the Sea Monster, Theseus. I've not seen anybody doing the Fata Dragna yet, but that will probably change in future meta application, which is fine, all right? You've got the meta exploring itself. You got things kind of coming together in a little bit more positive direction, and that's fine. We want that. We want to have more coverage for more problematic things, and gosh darn it, we're actually getting it. And then there's Vision Resonator. This one made me crap my pants today, man. This thing is a $6 card now, and trust me, you're not going to believe that. You're not going to believe that some of this Resonator garbage from the starter deck has gone terminal. I did see that the Baron had gone crazy, but also Soul Resonators are gone. I just dug a Soul Resonator out because I wanted to test it in the Mind Shuffle deck, which I did get to do. But it's like all of the stuff from the Crimson King structure deck, it's like everybody just slept on this. Nobody realized, oh, hey, you know, maybe we do have to start picking up stuff from this, you know, deck so we can build the Jack Atlas deck. I also think people forgot that there was a Jack Atlas. People forget that, like, budget Yu-Gi-Oh! Does exist, but unfortunately, when everybody realizes that there's budget Yu-Gi-Oh! In front of them, then we start to just see these cards have a wild, crazy explosion in value. That's exactly what's going on with the dragon stuff. You know, you've had the Power Vice Dragons going nuts over the weekend. Now you have the little pieces within the deck actually going nuts for yourself here. So I would say watch out. But I think every day that goes by, this Red Dragon Archfiend pile is getting more expensive. And, you know, it's just not worth it at this point. Like, honestly. So we'll see where things go, but that's what in the crown happened here. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.